Harry, Matt, great to have you both here on the sofa. Today we're talking about mental health and well-being. So it's great to have you here. Now, mental health and well-being is something that we're all affected by, all that we have to think about. And, you know, you two as elite sports people, as footballers, you know, have to deal with that on a day-to-day basis. Matt, you are obviously at Wolves and then you came to Spurs. So tell us both about how you transitioned from going to just being, I guess, academy recruits to playing for the mighty Tottenham Hotspur.
When I signed, I went away on internationals, you know, so I was able to kind of prepare my mind in the hotel for when I was coming back, just for the transition, just for the difference there would be in expectation. And when I came back in, it was like it wasn't easy, you know. Everything was a lot harder. You're expected to kind of win every game. But I think the most important thing for me was to just keep focused. I have a great family behind me. Got 2 kids. You're busy every day. Your kind of mind is kind of focused on it. Yeah, and just I don't know, just kind of keep you grounded. You know, that every day when you go home, even if it was a tough day, you've got another life. You know, you've got your kids and your family to take care of. But look, I've obviously transitioned now, and I feel totally comfortable here with the players that are here. And
I can tell. Look at the way you're sitting. You're like,
I know, I'm just very comfortable because, like you said, look at the place, and my family's moved down, and that, so everything's all good at the moment. How
important is it to have good support systems, you know, in your family, your coaches, even your mates? You know, like how important has that been?
It's just been able to talk to people as well. Obviously, everyone goes through different stages and different ups and downs along careers and life in general. So. Just having family you can talk to about it, or talk about other things if you're fed up of football. You can talk about other stuff, or obviously we both love golf, so we end up talking about golf the majority of the time we're together. And, I think it's really important just to have that switch off from what is our everyday job, you know, playing football every day. So, but like I said, coaches are massively important as well, and I know a lot of coaches along the way helped me to get to where I am now.
Especially at a young age when you're coming up, when you're playing in the professional scene, you know, you get some money and stuff like that. It's quite easy to get sucked into the kind of nightlife. I guess also in London as well, it's a different draw. So I think it's important. Obviously, your family will always, you'd like to think, have your best interests at heart, and your close friends will also. It's just you got to be careful of people trying to hang on and kind of suck you into kind of the wrong things to do. So I think you just got to be super careful, but that's like we said, that's where family will come in and kind of save you if you have any problems.
What tools have you had to use to kind of just even go through the stages of being, you know, I'm an academy recruit, then being a first team player, and then now being England captain and breaking all these records? I mean, I don't know even how you even keep count of them, but breaking all these records. How have you transitioned? What tools have you had to use?
The pressure gets bigger and bigger, but I guess as you're going along that journey, you gain experience and you learn to cope with different situations better. But for sure, like Matt touched on there, I think having that separation away from football is so important, whether it's being with your family, whether it's going golf with your mates or doing stuff, just to take your mind off what is a high pressure job, and not just in sport, but in any job in life, really. You definitely need that, because it can be hectic and
just a little bit. It's a little bit hectic, you know.
It's important to enjoy life as well, and make the most of being young and taking the most out of life that you can. So I've tried to do that. I've tried to enjoy every moment, and ups and downs are part of life, part of football, and you try and take it on the chin and keep moving forward. And I guess hard work's the most important thing for me. I've always been someone who's worked hard, and whether things are going good or bad, just that's the basic, and that's what you've got to carry on doing.
It's important to kind of switch off from your everyday work, and obviously you guys are very busy with football. So tell me, how else do you like to switch off, or how do you switch off from the game?
Like I'll play golf, mentally the most challenging game I think as well. It's just obsession, maybe. Is that a strong word, or is
pretty obsessed?
Pretty obsessed. Like I love that game. We'll do whatever it takes. If we have we'll get up at 5 a.m, 4 a.m, whatever it is, just to go and be ready for the first tee off possible. You know, we'll do whatever it takes to try and get out there whenever we can. So it's just something different, isn't it? You know,
when you're there, obviously golf is probably you're probably playing for 4 hours or so, and in them 4 hours you're literally thinking about nothing else but golf. And I think that's that's the biggest joy of it. You know, you're not thinking about the pressures of your job or anything like that. You're just enjoying time with your friends, trying to beat the game of golf. It's impossible.
Yeah.
But yeah, that thrill and that competition as well of playing against each other, and yeah, it just brings
I think so. You can always get better. That's why, you know, like you leave and you know that the next time you go, you can always try and shoot a better score. You know, just constantly stimulates the competitiveness in us.
Play a big game, it's gone your way. Obviously, everyone's screaming, Matt, Harry. But even that is a lot to deal with, right? You know, hearing the people like screaming your name, the fans screaming your name. How do you then, once you've gone into the changing room, you've like taken off your kit, you've gone and like had a shower, then what's your process then in like unwinding and just getting your mind prepared?
Yeah, no, it's a really good question. I think there's so much adrenaline going through the body, especially when you've had a great win, and obviously everyone's buzzing in the change room. And I guess for me, there's like always like a moment, kind of you're having a shower and then it all kind of sinks in. Good and bad like games, it kind of, okay, you start processing everything, and then yeah, obviously we play most of the time every 3-4 days, so it's about enjoying it. I think it's really important to enjoy when you win, especially, and making the most of that, because it's such a good feeling. It brings such a good energy to the team. Enjoying that moment as a team, enjoying it individually, whether it's being on social media or texting your mates about it or talking about it. And then I guess, yeah, the next day, it's kind of a time when I kind of start switching on to the next game now. Obviously, we've got another important game. I've always been someone who says about not getting too high or too low, so just about controlling the high, not getting too carried away, knowing that you've got another game in a few days. And, yeah, just trying to switch on to that, really.
If you're a young player who's dealing with that injury, I guess what tool would you suggest, or what suggestion would you give them to kind of keep their mind in a stable place whilst like working through their injury?
Yeah, it's just about having that mindset that at any moment, especially in football, like we just touched on there, you can get injured or something can happen, you can score an own goal, or you can lose a game that you're supposed to win. And you can't beat yourself up about it because you've got another game in 3 days. You need to be confident, you need to be ready for that. And it's the same when you do. You might score a hat-trick and be on top of the world, but yeah, just knowing that obviously things can change really quickly. So trying to stay in the moment, trying to do what's best for you at that moment in time, working really hard on the training pitch. And then hopefully, yeah, you see results on a consistent basis.
That's brilliant, brilliant. Perseverance, know where you're at is brilliant. Thank you so much, guys. Brilliant to hear from you.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.